Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a new video. For today, I want to talk about my take on the 25 most owned players in the game right now. I'll give you my insight of how they stack up and if they're worth having at the beginning of the season. Hopefully with this video, I'll be able to help you with the selection of your team. This is not a selection video as my previous one. This is more of an FPL tips video. I'll be going in order of position. Also, if you want to see my review on some specific player, just go to the description and click on the timestamp. And with this out of the way, let's begin. As the most selected goalkeeper we have Emiliano Martínez. I think he is a great goalkeeper, but is he worth the 5.5 million? In my opinion, he's not. Pretty much every year we have some 4.5 million goalkeepers that do almost the same amount as the premium goalkeepers. It's better to just select one of the 4.5 and hope you get it right. Because of that, it's a skip for me. Foster is a very interesting case. He's pretty much the substitution for Beckman. So, in my opinion, if you don't have Beckman, there is no point in having Foster. This is because if people start selling him, the most likely outcome is that he will decrease in price, and you don't want that. But on the other hand, if you have Beckman, you know that you will have a goalkeeper to take his place right away. My suggestion is for you to take another bench fodder goalkeeper that is in the 4 million range. With a solid defense in front of him, Sánchez is one of the better picks. The only concern that I have with Sánchez is that he doesn't get so many saves, and saves gives points. All around, he has really good fixtures, he has a really good defense in front of him, so in my opinion he's a really solid pick. For the last keeper we have Kasper Schmeichel. I really don't know why people are taking him. In his most productive season he got 156 points. The biggest problem is that he doesn't get any bonus points. Last year he had only 6 bonus points. In comparison, Martinez had 27, and that's quite a big difference. So, for me, Kasper Schmeichel is a total skip. Luke Shaw might be the only essential defender in the game right now. With his attacking threat and with the possibility of having a clean sheet pretty much every single game week, I think he's a no-brainer. So, I would recommend every team to have him. I think you know what I'm gonna say about Trent. Just start with him. His attacking potential is through the roof. He can score pretty much every single game week 10 plus points. And apart from that, we have Van Dijk back to the lineup. So Liverpool defense is looking as strong as ever. Not to mention the good fixtures they have. The one thing that we know for sure is that Dias is the most nailed defender in Manchester City. The question is, when do you want to pick him? Do you want him at the start of the season when Manchester City have a little bit more difficult fixtures? Or do you want him after game week 7? Either way, he's a good pick. I'm expecting Ben White to partner with Gabriel at the center of defense of Arsenal. He's a very appetizing choice at the 4.5 price range. The main question for me is, do I think that Arsenal will get clean sheets right away? I doubt that right now. Even worse is that they have matches against Manchester City and Chelsea in the first 3 game weeks. After that he might be an okay pick, but for now it's a skip for me. For me, Digne is a mixed bag. We don't know who will be taking the free kicks and corners for Everton right now, and if he's not taking them, his attacking returns are diminishing by a lot. And with so many good options in the 5 to 5.5 bracket, I just don't see how Digne will be worth it. Even more when we take in consideration how leaky they were in defense in the friendly matches that they had. With all these unknowns, I would recommend staying away from Digne at least for the start of the season. The last couple of days, Tsimikas' ownership has skyrocketed. From what I have read, medias give him the starting nod after Robertson's injury. The problem is that we just don't know until we see the team sheet. If you feel like risking 1 or 2 substitution, you can buy him now and profit if he plays, as many people will buy him. This is a high risk, high reward move that can get you ahead in many mini leagues. Please, just don't get 2 4 million defenders. This will be a very bad choice. Aaron Cresswell is in a very interesting spot. His attacking potential is tremendous, don't get me wrong on that. His crosses are just beautiful. The problem for me is that the West Ham have European football, and they don't have the bench for that. So I guess they will fall flat in the Premier League pretty fast. Apart from that, for the beginning of the season, Cresswell will deliver a good amount of points. Another very simple decision. Everyone has to have Salah in their team. he is the best captain option in many of the first game weeks. You will be playing from behind if you don't have him. He's pretty much essential. I don't see a reason not to own him. Just take him and worry about the rest of your team. With his creativity and being Manchester United talisman, Bruno Fernandes is a very good option for the start of the season. With the changes of the penalty rules, there might be a small decrease in his points. I am not very concerned, as Manchester United have gotten stronger in attack, so more assist potential for Bruno. Also, did I mention how good Manchester United fixtures are? I see why many teams have opted to switch Bruno with two less expensive players, but at the end of the day, if you want him in your team, he's a solid pick. As much as I like Grealish, I'm yet to be convinced if he's a good pick. We know he's an awesome player. We know he can do it all. But do we know if he will start the season? That's the thing that we are missing. Also, will he be an attacking midfielder or will he take Sterling's place? There are just too many unknowns right now to justify taking him. Heung-Min Son is a very popular alternative for Bruno. He might be even juicier pick if Kane leaves. His stats without his partner are far better. Right now Spurs is a very difficult team to predict. Will Nuno Espirito Santo play his defensive approach similar to the one that he practiced in Wolverhampton, or will he play a more offensive way like his time in Valencia? We just don't know. If this pick doesn't pan out, I will have to downgrade as I will be 2 million short of getting Bruno, KDB or some other premium. For that reason, I will skip Son for at least the first couple of game weeks. I like the player, I don't like the fixtures. Because of that, he's a skip for me. Maybe after game week 7 there is a chance for me to get him, even though there are many good options at Chelsea. Maybe Havertz, maybe Pulisic, maybe Lukaku. We'll see. As far as Raphinha goes, he might be the steal of the season. At 6.5 million, every single manager will have Raphinha at some point. The only question is, will he be at the start of the season or after a couple of game weeks? For me, it's at the start, because my plan is to change other players in different positions. To make matters better, Leeds can score against every opposition. I don't like the pick of Dallas. He was an exceptional pick last year, but don't forget that he was a defender, and now he's a midfielder. So even if he gets the same stats as last year, he will be around 40 points less, and that will be around 130 points. Also, at 5.5, there is no much wiggle room to change players. Maybe Smith Rowe, maybe. And for this reason, I will skip him. In my first draft I had Saka. I'm convinced that Arteta will play his young stars this season. The problem is that Saka most likely will start the season from the bench. He came back from vacation quite late into the preseason and is yet to start, so for that reason, I will skip him. The most selected forward right now is Danny Ings. I like the look of his first couple of fixtures. After that, I might sell him, and hopefully it will be with a profit. With an attack-heavy team like Aston Villa, I expect him to deliver a good amount of points, so I would start him right away. Good fixtures, high potential, 31 goals in the Championship, that's Ivan Toney. He is yet to prove himself in the Premier League, but I think he might be the best deal in the range between 6 and 7 million forwards. If he's healthy, he will score. That pretty much sums everything about Antonio. The only problem is that he can get injured just by watching him. At 7.5 million, he's an easy change if something goes wrong. With a couple of tough fixtures at the beginning of the season, Bamford might not be the best choice to start the season with. Most likely you will be bringing him in your team after game week 4, but before that there are better deals in that price range. We just don't know what will happen with Kane. Will he go to Manchester City or will he stay in Tottenham? Usually he starts very slowly at the beginning of the season, so there is no point in taking Kane before things settle up. I think that Iheanacho is a very good option at the beginning of the season. As you have heard many times already, Leicester have a lot of good fixtures in the coming weeks. I think that Iheanacho is the 4th best priced forward in the game right now, or at least for the first game weeks. The only problem with him is when they face tougher opposition, will he start or will Vardy remain the centerpiece of their attack? That's the only thing that gets his stock a little bit lower. Either way, he's a good pick. Hopefully, with this information you will have a strong start of the season. Let me know in the comments if I got something wrong. It will be very interesting for me to see your point of view. Don't forget to subscribe or give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.